We begin tonight with a feeling I think you know all too well. A deep, profound exhaustion.
Yeah, this isn't just being tired from a long day. This is a soul-deep weariness.
It's the kind that comes from a life of what the story calls meaningless emails and passive-aggressive meetings.
Exactly. Your body is sluggish, your mind is foggy, you feel completely invisible, and you're just depleted.
And when you're that low, you start looking for a way out. Any way out. You're not looking for a thrill. You're searching for salvation.
That's the perfect word for it, salvation. And then one day it seems to arrive in a text message.
A chance to meet up with an old coworker, a man named Jason.
A man who, last anyone saw, had completely spiraled. He'd fallen into some kind of depressive abyss.
So our protagonist goes to meet him, probably expecting the worst. But the man who shows up, he's not Jason. Not the Jason he knew.
No. This person is reborn, his skin is clear, his eyes are sharp, there's this impossible sense of peace about him.
And of course, the first question is how? What happened to you?
And Jason just smiles this serene smile and says something so simple and so chilling.
I figured it out.
Not I got help or I worked on myself, but I figured it out. Like it was a puzzle, a problem with a single definitive solution.
And then he puts that solution on the table. A small, white, totally nondescript pillbox. It looks like it could hold aspirin.
No labels, no logos, and he slides it across the table.
He calls it the answer.
But here's the catch. The answer comes with a warning. Jason's giving the pills away because he's leaving.
Moving to the other side of the world. And then he adds, I don't think I'm coming back.
And you have to ask yourself, right, if you've found the answer to everything, why do you have to run? Why do you need to disappear from your own life?
What kind of perfection demands that you just sever all ties?
Driven by that deep, deep exhaustion we talked about, our protagonist doesn't think about that for too long. He goes home and he takes the first pill.
The effect is immediate. But it's not a high. It's not a rush.
Clarity.
Pure, undiluted clarity. Suddenly, his thoughts are razor sharp. All the doubt, all the hesitation, it's just gone.
For the first time in years, he feels entirely unstoppable.
He wakes up the next morning after the best sleep of his life. He feels physically reset, and the results, they're just undeniable.
Oh, completely. He gets to work and finishes an entire week's worth of projects before lunch.
His boss is stunned. They're already talking about a promotion.
And it's not just work. Socially, he's transformed. His jokes are landing, conversations just flow. People who hadn't called him in months are reaching out again.
He's not invisible anymore. He's the sharpest, most charismatic person in every room he enters.
But he knows. He knows it wasn't him. He tries to tell himself, oh, it's a placebo effect, you know. But he knows the truth.
And that truth becomes unbearable the next morning when the clarity is gone, and that old familiar drag of exhaustion is back.
It's like seeing the world in high definition and then being forced back to a blurry black and white screen. You can't unsee it.
So he gives in. Of course he gives in. The temptation is just too strong.
He takes the second pill, and he feels his mind just click into place like someone turned the lights on inside his skull.
The first thought he has is, I was alive.
But this is where the story shifts, from a tale of performance enhancement to something much darker.
Because moments after he takes that second pill, he blinks.
And an hour is gone.
Just vanished. He's standing in his bathroom. He's showered. He's dressed. He's ready for the day. But he has absolutely no memory of doing any of it.
60 minutes of his life just erased. And the most disturbing part,
He feels better than fine.
better than fine. And his life just keeps getting better. He's solving complex problems at work that no one else can touch. He's repairing relationships he thought were long dead.
This new confidence leads him to a bar where he meets a woman named Mia. The old him would have been a bundle of social anxiety.
But not this version of him. The conversation flows, the flirting is effortless, they start dating. His life is objectively, measurably perfect.
He's becoming the person he saw in Jason. Confident, serene, in control.
But the self that Mia is falling in love with, it isn't entirely him anymore, is it? It's already partly automated, performing tasks he doesn't even remember.
Which brings us to the third pill. He has a big dinner date planned with Mia, and he feels that old familiar sluggishness start to creep back in.
So he does what he has to do. He takes the pill. The fog lifts instantly.
And that is the last thing he consciously remembers.
He wakes up. The panic is immediate. What did I do? What happened? He looks at his phone expecting angry texts, missed calls.
He's expecting his life to be in ruins.
Instead, he sees the date. 7 days have passed. An entire week of his life is gone.
A lost week. But here's the truly terrifying part. His life isn't in ruins.
It's flawless.
There are no missed calls, no panic messages from work. In fact, there's a text from Mia.
It says, "Last night was amazing. I feel like I've known you forever."
He calls a coworker, frantic, ready to explain his absence. The coworker just laughs.
Laughs and says, "What are you talking about? You've been on fire lately. You were here all week solving problems we didn't even know we had."
And the realization hits him like a physical blow. My body had been awake, but I wasn't in it.
And maybe the most chilling part of all, no one noticed he was gone.
No one. In fact, they seem to prefer the automated version, the efficient, charismatic, problem-solving machine.
What does that say, really? When an automaton can do your job better than you, can handle your relationships better than you, what value were you actually providing?
He panics. He runs to the bathroom and throws the rest of the pills in the trash. He's going to fight this. He's going to take his life back.
And that's when his own body betrays him.
The withdrawal is immediate. It's a complete systemic collapse.
A full body fever. His muscles feel like they're shredding themselves apart. His skin is crawling with 1,000 unseen insects.
And then comes the psychological breakdown. Paranoia. He can't work. He thinks he hears people whispering his name when no one is there.
His perfect life, the one the automaton built, it just dissolves. His job is gone. His friends pull away.
And finally, Mia leaves. And she says the most damning thing possible.
"You're different now."
He realizes that whatever took over during that lost week, it didn't just borrow his body. It took something with it when it left. He's hollow.
And in that hollow, agonizing space, there's only one thing that can stop the pain.
He finds himself on his knees, his hands digging through the trash. It doesn't even feel like his own choice. A force stronger than his will is moving him.
He finds the box, he holds the little white pill, and he knows with absolute dread that he doesn't have a choice. His body is demanding its automation back.
He takes the fourth pill.
And he wakes up.
The first thing he notices is the smell of fresh coffee. The second is the bed. It's impossibly soft. He's in a luxurious high-rise apartment he's never seen before.
And sleeping peacefully next to him is Mia.
He grabs his phone, his heart pounding. He looks at the date.
And a full year has passed.
Not an hour, not a week, an entire year of his life, wiped clean.
But the life he woke up in was terrifyingly perfect.
He checks his bank account. There are millions of dollars in it. He has a new high-powered finance job. He's been traveling the world.
And then he sees it, a photo on the nightstand. It's a picture of Mia's hand, and on her finger is a massive diamond ring.
They're engaged.
The automaton didn't just live his life for a year. It achieved the American dream, faster, more efficiently, and more perfectly than his conscious self ever could have.
He's looking at someone else's life, a better life, a perfect life.
And then Mia stirs. She rolls over, smiles at him with complete, loving familiarity, and murmurs, "Morning, baby."
He feels sick. He's a ghost, a squatter in a perfect life that wasn't built for him, that wasn't built by him.
And the final agonizing question hits him. Can I fake this? Can I just step into this life and pretend it's mine?
But the decision is taken out of his hands. He feels his own fingers moving, as if drawn by a magnet, across the sleek kitchen counter.
And there it is, the little white pill box, waiting for him.
One pill cost him an hour. The next, a week. The one after that, a year.
And as his hand, no longer his own, raises that tiny white pill to his lips, the real question hangs in the air.
How much is left to lose this time?
This story, it's a potent warning, isn't it? In our endless quest for optimization, for an escape from burnout and struggle, we risk sacrificing the very consciousness that makes us who we are.
It asks us a terrifying question. If your success, your wealth, your relationships can all be perfectly managed by a body running on autopilot, what was your soul offering in the first place?
The true horror here isn't the pill. It's the realization that external perfection can be achieved and even preferred without any internal identity at all. The perfect life was built, but the self was absent.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. If you were replaced tomorrow by an automated version of yourself, one that was objectively better at your job, that your friends and family liked more, that was more successful in every measurable way, would anyone truly notice that you were gone?